What's up, everyone? My name is Josh Inamoto. Today, I'd like to talk about Vivos, ticker symbol RDGL. Let me step outside here. Kind of a rainy day in San Diego, California. And it showed in the market because, there's a lot of speculation that got caught out. And we encountered, unfortunately, some red ink, including in Vivos and RDGL. I forget what the percentage loss was on the day, but shares fell to 5 cents. And ordinarily, that would freak a lot of people out, in terms of percentage losses, because it was, a couple of weeks ago, whatever, trading around 6 cents. Now it's down to 5 cents. I did say that based on pricing dynamics, I felt that 5 cents was the bottom level. I'm not guaranteeing that is the case, but I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and that's exactly what I did. I feel that 5 cents is a good candidate for being the bottom. I mean, it could drop, further, 4.7 cents, maybe down to 4 cents. I don't know. I doubt it, given the high demand for RDGL and the fact that, in my opinion, most of the volume that you see in the company's shares are based on the strong hands, the committed hands, not the weak hands. The weak hands will come later and bid up the price even higher. So, in my opinion, and just strictly my opinion, I'm not. I own shares, of course, and I'm just putting this out there. This is just strictly my opinion. You need to do your own due diligence. You need to do your own research. I'm not making any kind of financial advice or anything like that. I'm just giving you my idea or my opinion, and it seems like a good deal simply because it has demonstrated on when you're looking at from a technical analysis perspective, there is strong demand at 5 cents. If it goes even lower, I think you'll start to see the real bulls emerge and buy in. When I saw 5 cents earlier today, I bought in. I just wanted to say that, not to BS you guys. I really believe in the opportunity. Now, I want to talk. I've been talking a lot about the math surrounding RDGL, but I'd like to talk about the science. Now, generally speaking, as an umbrella category, Vivos could be considered a medical device technology specialist, and it specializes in a field called brachytherapy. And this involves it's a type of radiation therapy, and brachytherapy typically is involved in treating cancers in the genital area, specifically prostate cancer, but it's also effective in other cancers as well. And fundamentally, when you look at brachytherapy as an umbrella therapeutic approach, it is very effective. And what it does is it targets, it provides a high dose treatment to the target area while emitting low dose impact to the surrounding healthy tissue. So it is a targeted approach, and again, it's very effective. And not only is it very effective, but it's also cheaper. Brachytherapy is cheaper than other forms of radiation therapy. And this is the key reason why I'm really interested in Vivos from a scientific argument, and why investors should really consider RDGL. Right now, you can at the price that it's at, you can pick up 10,000 shares for something like $500. I mean, it's wild, and I genuinely believe these shares are going to be worth serious money over the long term. You just need to be patient. But the reason, scientifically, the fact that I'm excited about it is that Vivos improves upon this already effective approach of brachytherapy. And the traditional approach with brachytherapy is that it uses permanent metal seeds. Okay, and it's a pretty intensive process from what I understand. And so there is an intense surgical process to implement it, and then there is a longer lasting or even permanent effect on the patient. It is effective in treating the cancer, but again, there could be long-term implications. That's a traditional approach. Now with Vivos, the vehicle, if you will, of the therapeutic is a non-toxic polymer that it is eventually absorbed by the patient's body. And the radioactive material that Vivos uses features a lower half-life than other traditional approaches, the radioactive materials that traditional brachytherapy approaches use. Okay, so you're getting a more effective treatment, possibly cheaper. I'm not sure about the cost, but if it is also a cheaper therapeutic than traditional brachytherapy approaches, there you go. But the other big advantage that Vivos levers is that it's minimally invasive. We're talking about the use of small gauge needles as opposed to the more intensive process that the traditional approach utilizes. So you have multiple scientific advantages. The point here is that brachytherapy already is an effective approach and is cheaper than other forms of radiotherapy. But then here comes Vivos, improves upon an already compelling therapeutic approach. But the thing is that hardly anybody is talking about it. It is, when you research brachytherapy, you come across some of the big names, some of the big biotech, medical device companies, and pharmaceutical companies. They have certain divisions that specialize in brachytherapy, but you don't hear about Vivos because the market capitalization, I forget what it was, but if I remember correctly, it was something like 11 or 12 million dollars. This is it just doesn't pop up on the radar because, of course, it's traded over the counter, the pink sheets, if you will. So hardly anybody is talking about this, even though brachytherapy is considered a very promising approach when it comes to oncology. And it has been proven, the approach has over 2 decades, nearly 3 decades of clinical data that shows its efficacy, and it shows the safety profile. So we're talking about a very significant therapeutic process that has been proven to be effective, and is cheaper than other approaches. It has it's not just cheaper, but it has tremendous value, and that is something that you're not going to find every day. And then when you combine that value with the fact that Vivos, this no name, when you think about it, I'm not trying to cast aspersions here, but it's really a no name enterprise that very few people are talking about. Even the company itself said recently on one of my Twitter or X feeds that it's focusing on the science first and then the marketing second, which I totally agree with that. When I look at its financial statements, it has a decent amount of cash on hand, and when you combine it with the free cash flow rate, I'm not particularly concerned about an imminent dilution of shareholder value or anything particularly pressing. But yeah, I mean, the company has limited resources, like every business has limited resources, so it has to do what's best for the company. And what's best for the company is to focus on the science, get it out to meet certain milestones to bring this to phase 1 trials, and ultimately with the idea of either commercialization or being bought out by a larger biotech or pharmaceutical company. The thing is that the approach itself, the basic umbrella category of brachytherapy is already proven. That's sorry about being long-winded here. It's already proven. It's not some esoteric concept that nobody has ever experimented on or has done trials on. It is a proven scientific approach. It has gone through multiple the approach itself. I'm not talking necessarily about Vivos, but it has gone through multiple clinical studies. And so this is not just some random idea, some random hypothesis that just popped up out of nowhere. So I just wanted to bring really emphasize that point. But again, if I could just summarize everything, this brachytherapy, it is an innovative, compelling therapeutic approach, and many companies are working on improving it. But Vivos already has a minimally invasive and effective solution, and if it happens to be cheaper than the competition, it's got the trifecta going for it. Right now, it definitely has in my opinion, a superior safety profile because of the lower half-life. It is much more tolerated among patients, or has the potential, I should say, to be tolerated better by human patients because of the minimally invasive procedures. As well, the tests and the case studies that have been done on canines are very encouraging. So there's so many advantages that Vivos has. It may just need one more big development to really drive awareness of this opportunity, to drive the share price exponentially higher. That's why, even though it is speculative, even though it is extremely risky, because it is an over-the-counter stock, in my opinion, when it comes to high risk, high reward investments, this may be the best deal. The more I look, the more I analyze, looking at the company, looking at the share price dynamics, looking what other people have to say, looking, engaging with the community of shareholders. The more I dig in, the more compelling the opportunity becomes. And so, yeah, when shares drop to 5 cents, you bet I dove in. I don't think it'll go any lower, but if it does, hey, I'll be there. I'll be ready to buy some more shares. Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of shares. Are you kidding me? This is one of the greatest speculative opportunities. I gotta say that out loud. Put it out there. It is speculative, but my goodness, when it comes to speculation, this is about as good as it gets. You try to speculate on anything else, you're just not going to find in my opinion, the same compelling fundamentals. So give it a look. Again, it's Vivos, ticker symbol RDGL.